everybody, what do you do, what's popping, how you doing? Lebogang Jessica Kilebemang here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome home. Get cozy, get comfortable, because you are guaranteed to stay. Finally, I've decided to record this video that has been requested. It was actually requested last year around October, November, but I was a bit skeptical to shoot it because I felt like I didn't have enough experience in order to shoot it. But I feel like now that I've been on ACNETANE treatment for like 4 months, I can at least give my 2 cents or give some sort of review that I feel would benefit anyone else who is trying to be on this treatment or who may currently be on this treatment. Before I get into this video though, I'd like to clearly state that I am not a doctor or physician. I don't have any qualifications, and therefore I'm not any sort of professional. This list of do's and don'ts is solely based off of my personal experience of being on ACNETANE. Please take that into consideration as you're watching this video. As I've said, this is my list of do's and don'ts. I hope that I've made that clear, and now without further ado, let's get into the video. I'll be starting with my list of don'ts, a list of 4 don'ts and a list of 4 do's. So the first one, and the most important according to my personal experience, is that if you do want the best results possible while being on ACNETANE, then you do not take ACNETANE on an empty stomach, simply because isotretinoin is best absorbed with food containing dietary fats, and dietary fats are your fats and oils that are found naturally in animals and plant foods. Great. So yeah, I feel like if you want the best results possible, then you have to take your ACNETANE or your pill with food containing dietary fats. I hope that you guys understand that. So for example, that would be a dietary fat, that is, for example, that would be like avocado. Just an example, maybe avocado for breakfast, and then you take your pills. Yeah, I think that's a good example. Anyway, moving forward, the second don't is that you should not spend time exposed to the sun, because isotretinoin makes your skin more sensitive to the sun. So you really have to make sure that you're taking care of your skin. Like, it shouldn't just be your face, but yeah, make sure that you do not spend time exposed to the sun. So try by all means to limit your time that you spend under the sun. Moving on, the third don't is that you should not donate blood while you're on ACNETANE treatment, or at least after 1 month after stopping it. I think everybody knows this, that when you're on any kind of medication, or when you are not physically well, when you're on any kind of medication, you're not supposed to donate blood. It's a common rule. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you didn't know this, when you're on any kind of medical treatment, you're not supposed to donate blood. And then the last don't, is that you shouldn't consume alcohol while you're on ACNETANE. Or rather, if you really love your alcohol that much, try as much as possible to reduce your alcoholic intake, because alcohol makes you very dehydrated, and it dehydrates like the fluids in your body. So this makes you more prone to blackouts, nausea, and vomiting. So this makes you prone to blackouts, nausea, and vomiting. So when you are on your ACNETANE treatment, which dehydrates you quite a lot, and you take it with alcohol, which dehydrates you even more, it's gonna result in a lot of bad things happening. So if you're trying to avoid that, speaking from experience, so if you're trying to avoid that, please do your best to either cut off your alcoholic intake or reduce it. Yes. Now finally, moving on to the do's. My most important one is that you should always stay hydrated. I know I've mentioned this before, but like, you really need to take care of your body when you're on ACNETANE, and the most important thing according to me is you should stay hydrated. If you want to avoid the worst side effects that could possibly happen to you, most of them could be solved with just taking a lot of water in, a whole lot of water. Just try your best to have like healthy fluids inside your body. Carry a bottle with you and always keep refilling it after drinking some water so that you can be hydrated. And then the second do is that you should always make sure that you have sunscreen on your face, or or rather any of the body parts that are exposed to the sun, because as I've mentioned before, the medication makes your skin very sensitive to the sun, so you really want to avoid like getting sunburnt or a suntan or whatever, not that any kind of sun exposure. So make sure that you use a very good sunscreen. I can't exactly say that I recommend a specific one because I've tried a lot, simply because I spend a lot of time under the sun swimming, for example. But yeah, do make sure that you invest in a quality sunscreen and you apply it every day. Not even just when you're on ACNETANE, but just all the time. It's very good as a skincare product or as a skincare method. Then thirdly, I wouldn't recommend anyone to rely entirely on ACNETANE. So I would advise that you invest or develop a skincare routine, because best believe it will reward you. As you can see, I know I don't have the best skin yet, and I probably won't ever have the best skin, but you can definitely see the progress that I've made within 4 months from the first time I started my treatment on ACNETANE. So make sure you develop a very good skincare routine and you stick by it and you stay consistent, because it will definitely reward you, in my experience. And then last but not least, I would also advise that you eat clean when you're on ACNETANE. I mean, you want good skin, right? We all want good skin. Who doesn't want good skin? And you know that eating unhealthy can definitely make you prone to having an acne breakout. So I would genuinely, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, advise you to eat clean as much as possible. I'm not saying punish yourself and go on a crazy diet. No, nobody has to do that. But I am saying that try your best to eat as clean as possible in order to have the best skin possible. Yeah. So that is basically my list of do's and don'ts of being on ACNETANE, and that brings us to the end of this video. If you did enjoy this very informative video of my ACNETANE do's and don'ts, please don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, do leave them down in the comment section down below. See you in my next video.